All right, fam, what's going on? Week 2 of 52, second part of the Micah Arnold American Family interview. I hope that you guys enjoyed it last week. Got a lot of positive feedback. It was our first video, so we're going to be making some changes. Sorry, I got a mic for it, but this is the second part of the video. It was a little long, so we cut it into 2. And Micah has some more interesting things to say about how he operates his business and what motivates him on a day-to-day basis. So enjoy this video, and we'll have more to come next week. Thanks for the support, and we'll see you again soon. I know that trust is something that's built up over time. How does that trust factor with the automobile industry and automobile insurance and housing insurance help you on the other side?
Well, you have to earn anybody's trust to do business with them, because what's gonna insurance company A, B, C, and D are all gonna pay for your loss in some capacity.
Right.
Now, some people's claims are better than others. You may get your money faster with others. You may be in the military, so you go to the military people. But everybody's gonna pay for your insurance. But at the end of the day, people are buying you. You know, they're like, hey, Mike is my guy. You know what I mean? I can call him up and I get anything done. And that's how you develop the trust, because like I said, it's not just during business hours. It's like, man, this guy really cares. This guy's really treating me like this guy's calling me on my birthday. He's not just calling me to say, hey, your bill's due. But you may get a call and it's like, oh man, hey, how you doing? It's Micah American Family. Just want to give you a call and say happy birthday today. How's everything going? Oh wow, everything's going good. Now you're sparking up because it's a positive contact. Right. So that's how you build that trust. You want to have those positive contacts. You want to make sure that you're letting people know, hey, your bill's going up, or this is why, and let's see what we can do to manage some of these things. But if you take a look back at why auto insurance is important, why home insurance is important, it's obviously you have to have those to be on the road or to buy a house and stuff like that. And you just put it in the context where people can understand. So a lot of people don't understand where it comes from. They're mad, oh, my insurance is up $5, $10. What month? What's going on? Well, then you ask them, well, hey, well, how much do you think you would put aside yourself, if you were self-insured, to make sure that your car is cool, that you just bought that 2019, 2020 car is worth $30,000. So if something happens to that car, you have another $30,000 in the bank to either buy a new one, or you can fix it on your own. So maybe it's a small accident for like $8,000, $5,000. Okay, well, you got that in the bank, you can fix that. But now you're like, okay, well, I got to pay for the other person's car too. Maybe you totaled that car. So now you got to pay another $20,000 or $30,000 for the other vehicle.
Maybe there's an injury.
So, and then maybe you hit some property. You know, maybe there's a light pole that you hit, and that's another, $5,000, $6,000, $7,000. You know what I mean? So you got to understand that there's definitely a lot of liability that goes into that. And when people look at that, like, okay, well, paying $50, $60 a month or $40 or whatever is not really that bad because of what you guys are taking on for me. I mean, you're willing, if they have an umbrella, you're willing to put up to like $1 million plus whatever their auto liability is. In any case something happens to me, you're willing to pay $1.2 million or $1.5 million on my behalf at any time if I do something or something happens. You could be driving along the road and somebody doesn't have insurance, which often happens. Now you got to pay for everything on your own. So when people look at it like that, they're like, oh man, well, I guess I maybe would pay, and they always say like, oh, I would pay like $100, $200. I just put it in my bank account and I won't be wasting any money on insurance. Nothing happens. I'm a great driver. Okay, well, how many months or how many years is it going to take for you to put that $200 up, to get to where you got to be the $30,000, $40,000 to the $1.5 million. You know what I mean? And then the same thing with the home. I mean, if you say, okay, well, your homeowner's insurance is $1,000 a year or $1,200 or $2,000. All right, well, save that money, put $2,000 in the bank every year. How long do you have to do that? And if your house burns all the way down, you want us to pay $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 to replace that, which is what we're gonna do. You know what I mean? So the thing is, like, how much money would you put aside for yourself to make sure that that's taken care of? And a lot of people would like, oh, well, I put a lot more of that.
Right.
So then you understand the risk that the insurance companies take when they're actually paying their insurance, and kind of understand what it's for. And a lot of insurance is educating your customers is kind of what, you know, what brings it all together, because now they know what is actually being covered, what's not covered, what I need to do to get this covered, so that if anything happens, it's not coming out of my pocket, because that's what I pay insurance for. So that's.
So where do you see your business or your career going in 1, 5, 10 years? You know, where do you see that?
It's very interesting that you said that. Well, next year, we just point out to a year. I mean, we'll be 10 years consecutive with, you know, kind of what we've been doing here, and that is, you know, that's kind of a milestone that you put on there. Like, hey, I want to be able to accomplish all these things for 10 years, you know, and sustain that profitability, and, you know, understanding business acumen. So you're, you know, doing that, and we've gotten to that, you know, that 10-year part. So obviously you want to grow organically. You always want to have more people.
I'm sorry to interrupt you real quick, but when you first started, I know you had started working with someone else, and then you opened your own agency, and you opened up your own front at a building down the street. You recently, over the last, when did you break ground on this building?
I closed on it in November.
Closed on it in November, but now you have your own building that you own that is part of the asset structure of Micah Arnold and, you know, American Family Insurance business. So along with the revenue and stuff, you've seen the physical assets mature with the success of your business. And so that's where we're at with the 10 years. But go ahead. I didn't even mention.
Well, yeah, obviously that's where we're at to back it up. But, you know, next year, you know, we just want to grow. We just want to keep growing. I'm going to hire some new staff people, and we're just trying to organically grow and, you know, take over as much as we can. Now, the next 5 years, I do, you know, have aspirations to go into the management or the leadership roles. So not only will you be responsible for, you know, just your agency, but you're helping other business owners be successful, and helping them, you know, do what they want to do, what they aspire for, if they, you know, helping them bring their agencies to the next level. So that's what I really wanted to see myself doing within the next 5 years for sure. Being a part of that, just being a part of everybody, you know, and helping them in that leadership role. And in the next 10 years, I do aspire to be, you know, just to keep working myself up to helping everybody else. So that's where I'm not saying, oh, I'm done being an insurance agent, because that's not the case, because we have a beautiful job, and, you know, when you get to help people, like I said, it's just great. But, you know, I want to see everybody grow. You know, I want to make sure that everybody's being able to accomplish what they want to accomplish. And if they want to accomplish something, I want to see what I can do to help them do that. You know what I mean? Well, no matter what it is. So that's where my aspirations have changed, to go to that next level of leadership.
Well, I think that there's an authenticity to the way that you do business, right? So when you say that you want to see everybody grow, that's something that's believable, right? I think where a lot of business owners go wrong is they sell a product. It might be a great product or a service, but whether they're passionate about it or not really shows through their everyday dealings, right? And intent is something that, when transmitted to a subscriber or to a customer, can make all the difference, right? Especially if you're not authentic. So when you want to see everyone around you, like, no one survives or no one gets to that next level without a great team around them, right? And that team is not just your employees or your family. You know, it's the agents that work next door to you that are building up the American Family name, which, you know, when you're driving down the street, you don't see people like talking sideways out of the side of their mouth because American Family going on to the next agency because they were done dirty by American Family. So, you know, that's great advice for anybody to, you know, just be true to yourself, number one, and then be authentic about your intentions.
Right. I think that, especially with different corporations, whether it's insurance, whether it's anything in sales, or even in team atmosphere, I mean, you're only as strong as your weakest link. And strengthening up the weaknesses that you may have, sometimes you have to self-reflect on your business acumen and what you have going on to understand what are my weaknesses in whatever field I'm in. Like what are some of the knocks that I have, or some of the knocks that we have as an industry or as an office or whatever, a team, and you make those better, and you work hard to change those perceptions that you may have. At the same time, you work hard to strengthen up those weaknesses.
Absolutely.
And you have to make sure that there's an accountability piece. So if you have a team and you're trying to work on things that you aren't successful in, or that you are, or you're lacking in to strengthen up those areas, that you have to have some form of system of accountability to help get that up, because you need to, lift the next man up if he's down.
Right.
So that's a part of how you delegate to. You have to understand how people work, and you have to understand how to build a relationship with certain people. You may have some people that are more task oriented. You may have some people that are financially, motivated. You may have some people that, are just motivated off of success and affirmation. So you have to know what makes these different people tick, because you can't sit there and fix areas that you're weak in without understanding how your whole team is working. You know what I mean? So that's one of the things that you have to make sure to look into, to make sure that you're building the best team you can. And if it's not working with you, people aren't gelling, then you have to make sure to eliminate those problems in order for you to grow. You can't sit there and have somebody else pulling you down while you're trying to swim. You know what I mean? So, and a lot of time in business, we get to that point where it's like, and I'm guilty of it myself, where, you have different people that are helping you out or whatever, and you're like, oh no, I don't want to make this change right now, because I'm gonna have to grind a lot harder to do this, and then I'm gonna have to find somebody else to, I'm gonna teach somebody else to do this. I'm gonna be behind. But you wind up treading water, when if you would just buckle down and do what you need to do, it's going to be better in the long run.
Right.
So you're just prolonging the inevitable.
Right. Very cool, man. So, I appreciate your time. I want to say that you can find Mica in North Dakota. Plug your address. And
Our office number is 701-241-7600. We're located in West Fargo, North Dakota, 3243 Oak Ridge Loop East. Feel free to email me if you have any questions. Even if we're not your insurance person, you can always help out. I'm licensed in North Dakota, South Dakota, Minnesota, Missouri, Wisconsin, Nebraska, Oregon, Arizona, and California too. So yeah, that's where we're at, and a little bit of Ohio as well.
Well, the bottom line is, the man knows insurance, he knows people, and we're happy that you were able to join us today. We're going to link all of his information in the description below. So please feel free to comment. Please feel free to email him or myself. If you have any follow-up questions, we could get together and maybe answer some stuff. Or if you'd like to see more videos like this, please let us know. Give us that thumbs up and subscribe, because we're going to have videos like this going out every week. I appreciate you sitting down with us. We just got out of the vehicles from South Dakota for the ceremony, and I know we want to get home and eat, but really appreciate you taking the time. All right, till next time.